A look at what the Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development tackled in 2022, plus how we can better manage our garbage at home. We have these and lots more to unpack in this Thursday edition of Jamaica Magazine. I'm your host, Theodore Henry.
How many more must die because of reckless drivers? How fast is too fast? Make we take time, no man. Obey the rules of the road. Drive with care.
Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS News for Thursday, January 12, 2023. The tourism sector is projected to earn over $4 billion by the end of the 2022-23 fiscal year. Portfolio Minister Edmund Bartlett says this is an indication of the strong economic rebound from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. Minister Bartlett made those comments during Tuesday's sitting of the House of Representatives.
We ended the year equaling the record-breaking earnings of tourism of $3.64 billion. And the fiscal year, which I'll report on when we make our budget presentation, is going to show a $4.2 billion earning in tourism, which will be $500 million more than 2019, which is the best year in our history.
Meanwhile, Minister Bartlett says the winter tourism figures for January to date shows a 463% increase over that for 2022 and a 29 percentage point growth over the 2019 period. Residents of St. James Southern are set to benefit from a $40 million road rehabilitation program. The initiative is scheduled to begin shortly and be completed by March of this year. It's part of a broader road repair program being undertaken by the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation, whereby each member of Parliament is allocated $40 million. Minister of State in the Office of the Prime Minister and Member of Parliament for the area, Homer Davis, says works to be carried out includes resurfacing, patching of potholes, and the cleaning and repairing of drains. Minister Davis says priority attention will be given to roadways including Mucka to Niagara, Tangle River to Flamstead Gardens, Springfield to Barnett Bush, and Cambridge to Duckett's. Other areas set to benefit from the roadworks include Anchovy to Roehampton Square, Mafuta to Mount Horeb, Shortwood to Retrieve Bridge, Cottage Road to Springfield Primary School, Spring Gardens in Welcome Hall, and Montpelier to Cambridge. Still in Western Jamaica, construction of the Western Children and Adolescent Hospital in St. James is progressing well. That's the assessment given by Minister of Health and Wellness, Christopher Tufton, following a recent tour of the facility.
Significant progress made over the last 2 months. We have a third floor going up to a fourth, and the front section of the building, as you can see, is all framed up. And based on the team that is here, they are expecting by the end of March to go 3 floors to the front in keeping with the design, another floor on top, and a third building where the foundation will be in place, hopefully, to put the first floor also in place.
When completed, the state-of-the-art facility will ease the heavy demand on the Bustamante Hospital for Children in Kingston.
When it is all over, you will see the highest concentration of hospital beds anywhere in the Caribbean. You'll see more specialty, operating theaters, bed space, administrative support, and all the other critical things that are necessary to make for a modern hospital structure.
Ground was broken in October 2019 for the new 250-bed, 7-floor children's hospital, which is being built on the compound of the Cornwall Regional Hospital. The $43 million facility is a gift from the government of the People's Republic of China. Children with special needs in and around Santa Cruz are on track to benefit from the establishment of a special education center. The undertaking is being facilitated through a partnership between the Ministry of Education and Youth and the Judicial Foundation, which was signed on Wednesday. The Santa Cruz Basic School will be renovated to accommodate 3 classrooms, principal and administrative offices, assessment room, kitchen, storeroom, bathrooms, and a ramp for wheelchair access. The ministry will provide furniture, staffing, additional sponsorship for an agricultural area on site, and any other items necessary for the project.
The education of our children is a collective responsibility, and we see it as such. The fact is that as a nation, we all benefit from the academic and social advancement of our children.
Senior Operations Manager at the Judicial Foundation, Jody Ann McFarlane, says the center will accommodate 62 students across 3 classrooms and 1 multipurpose area.
This project is also expected to impact 804 students with special needs who reside in the parish of St. Elizabeth and have been identified as students in need of special education, intervention, and support.
The Special Education Center will serve as a transitional program for students 6 to 16 years old with mild to severe intellectual and developmental disabilities. The agreement includes the establishment of a technical and vocational education and training TVET program to equip children to transition to the world of work. It will also provide training opportunities for parents and caregivers. And finally, Chief Justice Brian Sykes says specialized courses are being developed to upskill judicial education and create specialized judges. Chief Justice Sykes was speaking at the recent swearing-in ceremony for 7 judges to higher office. He says the selection of judges will soon include the criterion of a proven record of commitment to ongoing legal education.
This is what we are now doing with the Judicial Education Institute of Jamaica. We are now going into the business now of developing a core curriculum that will apply to all judicial officers, and then whether you're in a specialized area or not, then you have the courses that are tailored for the needs of the particular judicial officer.
And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.
Nutritious food, succulent dishes, superior workmanship, and excellent service. Jamaica is on the go. Let's grow what we eat and eat what we grow. Let's harness the indomitable spirit of our most valued resource, our people. Let's support our local businesses. After all, buying Jamaican means building Jamaica.
Local and rural development was a major priority for the government in 2022. Here's a look at what the ministry responsible for rural and urban transformation did to better the lives of Jamaicans this past year.
The Ministry of Local Government and Rural Development responded in 3 key areas of development in 2022. A major milestone achievement for the ministry was 3 multi-million-dollar modern fire stations constructed in Montego Bay, Old Harbour, and Yalas. Several markets were upgraded, and the newly rebuilt Hopewell Market in Hanover opened. In Trelawney, the Clarkstown Market shops were opened for occupancy.
Under the Paint the City initiative, we are looking to improve our urban space. You go to Crab Circle at Heroes Park, looks spanking nice and pretty. We're going to Lucy. We are spending funds, Madam Speaker, right across to transform spaces in Jamaica.
More social infrastructure successes included the establishment of the first adult transitional center for the homeless on King Street in Kingston. Infirmaries were upgraded in several parishes. Additionally, 9 families from 4th Street Olympic Gardens, who were displaced by fire in 2018, received keys to a 12-unit apartment built under the Indigent Social Housing Program.
The works scheduled for this project included water, electrical infrastructure, internet access, roads, sidewalks, community parks, indigent housing.
That's $223 million allocated in a rural development program for the Chambers Pen community in Hanover. Meanwhile,
I had also carry or push on my bicycle 4 of the 5-gallon jug of water in order for us to get water at the house to use, thanks to the government of Jamaica that bring this supply to us.
2022 marked a turning point, and government was finally able to end restrictions under the Disaster Risk Management Act. Other disaster management acts involved giving flood relief checks of more than $8 million to Port Maria small business operators, vendors, and residents affected by severe flooding earlier in the year. The National Solid Waste Management Authority NSWMA was active and innovative in 2022. One key development was the launch of electronic waste collection service at 5 of its locations. And in a major move late in the year, the NSWMA's garbage collection capacity was boosted with 50 new compactor trucks. 10 new bikes were also bought for the enforcement team to monitor the illegal dumping of garbage across the island.
The new revolutionary approach to garbage collection. This ministry now has a higher and wider level of service to provide to ensure that the vast majority of people of Jamaica are finally and permanently brought into the development curve.
Do you own land and need a title? Well, the National Land Agency NLA can help. Through the systematic land registration process, the NLA will assist residents to get titles in declared project areas across Jamaica. Systematic land registration is the methodical and orderly registration of parcels of land in a designated area known as systematic adjudication area. For further information on the systematic land registration process, including declared systematic adjudication areas, who can apply and the benefits, visit the National Land Agency's website at www.nla.gov.jm or email asknla@nla.gov.jm. The National Land Agency, one goal.
Waste management is everybody's business. Globally, the average carbon footprint of a person is about 4 tons. Now, we can't control all the waste we emit, but for the ones we can control, here's a feature on what we all can learn to manage waste like a pro.
Every single day, every living thing creates waste. What's waste? It's any substance that we discard of or throw out after it has served its primary purpose. For example, after having the water in this bottle, I no longer need it, so the bottle becomes waste. Here in Jamaica, we create an average of over 8,000 tons of solid waste per day.
We, from time to time, do what we call garbage characterization survey. This is where we actually go island-wide and take samples of the garbage and look at what makes up the garbage, what's the composition of the garbage.
Regardless of what makes up your garbage, if you don't dispose of them correctly, we'll contribute to air and water pollution, flooding and diseases while influencing climate change. That's why today we'll look at the different types of waste and the best ways to dispose of them. Well, lunch was good. Sorry you missed it, but I want to point out how much waste I created from just 30 minutes of eating. I have this empty water bottle, well, almost empty, a lunch box. I have napkins, a fork, and I have some leftovers. So far, I've created organic, recyclable, and solid waste. Other types of waste include hazardous and liquid. Let's go ahead and break them down while looking on how to dispose of each. Let's start with organic waste. Organic waste is any material that is biodegradable and comes from either a plant or an animal. Examples include paper, leftover food, leaves, branches, and livestock manure. Over time, organic waste eventually breaks down into fertilizer. But not if it goes to the landfill. That's not good. There it will produce methane, and high levels of methane can reduce the amount of oxygen in the air, which will affect our breathing. So, where should it go? Organic waste shouldn't go into your bin. Take it round a back and start a composting heap.
We believe that composting provides an excellent opportunity.
Composting is rather simple. Cut the bottom from a container and place it directly on the ground in a cool or shaded location in your backyard.
First, We start with some grass from the lawn. I have some cardboard that I bought some things at the store and I got. This is cardboard. So I just cut it up and I throw it in.
Then add wood chips, fruits and vegetable waste, and animal waste from your cows or goats.
You need moisture, you need air.
Keep your compost moist and stir it regularly.
More.
We would produce the best soil nutrients for our flower beds, our farms, our little kitchen gardens. We will then be cutting back on expensive buying fertilizer.
Liquid waste includes fluids such as domestic wastewater, sewage, processed water, grease, or other liquids. Wastewater from doing the dishes, laundry, and showering are considered grey water and can be used in your garden. Hazardous waste can be liquid or solid. It includes all types of rubbish that are flammable, toxic, corrosive, and reactive. First things first, don't throw hazardous waste, whether liquid or solid, in your bin. Follow the labels on hazardous products for disposal instructions and buy the exact amount that you need. So if you use all of it, you really don't have any waste. You can flush some hazardous household wastes followed by plenty of water. This only applies though to hazardous household waste that can be neutralized by water. And when in doubt, reach out to the NSWMA. Solid waste is any tangible item that has already served its primary purpose and is discarded by individuals. This type of waste is commonly broken down into plastic, paper, metals, tins, ceramics, and glass. The good news is that most of the solid waste we create are recyclable and compostable. That's another reason it's important to separate your garbage. This way, you can create a compost heap with your solid organic waste and recycle bottles, furniture, and other solid waste. For those in terrible condition, drop them in your Jomadi gates and the NSWMA will be there on the double for them. And if you don't have a drum, the NSWMA will provide one under its Jomadi Gate initiative.
So we are issuing you with your own drums. So you have control over your receptacles, don't it? So your garbage don't have to be littered all over the place.
Recyclable waste refers to all the items we can convert into products that are useful. These include my water bottle, solid items such as paper, metals, furniture, and organic waste. Well, you don't really dispose of recyclable waste. At least, you shouldn't. Reusing or upscaling is the way to go. We're all responsible for the waste we create, and by separating them and practicing proper waste disposal, we'll create a beautiful, safe, and healthy environment, doing our part to make Jamaica the place of choice to live, work, raise families, and do business.
Getting regular rest and exercise, eating healthy, staying connected with loved ones, and staying positive, just some of the ways you can improve your mental health. Prime Minister Andrew Holness shares more in this next video.
A lot of the members of the church and indeed in the society, experiencing all kinds of crises in your lives, but you're not recognizing them as such. And you're not recognizing that an intervention, somebody to sit and talk with you, not just about your spiritual well-being, but anything at all. And the pastor is well trained. This is part of what they call the pastoral duty, to help you with any kind of problem. They may not be able to give you money, but believe me, just this process of finding someone to talk to. Now, I know a lot of that is being done in the church, but we Jamaicans, we have a cultural thing about us where we believe we're little, but we're talawa. We can take on problems that are bigger than us. We don't need nobody to help us with anything. We're little, but we're talawa. We can take on the problems. And it is particularly the case for our men. They keep the problems inside, they don't talk about it, and it boils up. We need to start a public education campaign, not just from the government, not just from the Ministry of Health, but also from our churches and other organizations and entities, to get our Jamaicans to change this culture of not trying to seek help when they are in crisis. For the point of just offloading, break down and cry, helps you to get over it and get past it, and to develop the inner strength and the renewed hope and faith that you will overcome the crisis. So the government will be pursuing a direct and deliberate program with the churches to have a more robust intervention to support mental health in the country.
According to the Food and Agriculture Organization, in a 2011 UN-published report, Jamaica has one of the highest levels of fish consumption per capita in the Americas, with 30.6 kilograms of raw fish weight per annum. A substantial portion of the over 80% of marine fish consumed in Jamaica is, however, imported. The National Fisheries Authority is therefore focusing on tilapia production and marketing to meet the growing local appetite for fish. This has become necessary, especially due to the decline in coral reef fish stocks, the increasing demand for seafood, coupled with the huge untapped local market for tilapia, providing a perfect opportunity to increase import substitution.
Tilapia is very important to the Jamaica food security strategy. For one, it's a priority under the National Fisheries Authority as to increase food and nutritional security. There are a lot of agricultural lands available that are capable of having fish ponds on it. There's also other government agencies who are looking to collaborate with to be creating aquaculture parks where we'll be having multiple ponds where persons can come on to grow their fish there, where we'll have the setups. We're teaching our farmers to do this as a business, to do it technically sound, to use the technical advice that the NFA will provide for them so that they will be able to become more profitable, where the growth times will be shorter, where the quality of the fish will be better, where the consumer will be happier.
Getting started in fish farming, it's as easy as ABC. Persons first need to get in contact with the National Fisheries Authority. Then, someone from our office will actually come, speak to the person, make arrangement to come and visit the location, and then we'll do what we call a site evaluation. Your next step is to get registered with the National Fisheries Authority. Registration process is easy. You call our office, also someone will come and verify that you are a farmer, and you would need some items such as a government issued ID, 2 passport size pictures certified by a JP, Fill out the application form and only $600.
The local industry is regulated and supported by the government to ensure quality standards.
Farmers will have to maintain their water quality where possible. They can get it assessed if needed. If you are feeding your tilapia according to stocking density, making sure that they're getting the right quantity of feed, then it reduces the risk of you overfeeding the pond, and feed that is not eaten by the fish will then stay in the pond and become rotted. That will of course disrupt your water quality. This is the algae that they will feed on that will permeate through their system and causes the flesh to taste like mud.
Depending on the size of the pond, so if it's a 1 acre pond, well, that 1 acre pond can stock anywhere between 10 to 15,000 advanced fries, and those normally take 6 months to reach maturity.
If you live on your farm, it can be extremely profitable. You can make 50% on your investment in every crop. We look for ponds that are not aerated, not artificially aerated. We look for about 4,000 pounds per acre per crop, and ponds that are aerated, we look for between 6,500 to 8,000 pounds per acre. You have to maintain the best water quality possible, especially as you approach harvest time.
A lot of people in Jamaica don't really fully know about tilapia. I introduce it to a lot of people, and some of them are my best customers now, and before that they never know much about tilapia.
Aquaculture, especially that of tilapia, can fill the gap in the health-conscious demand for quality seafood products. Its firm texture and mild flavor makes it ideal for a variety of cooking methods. Tilapia also offers several attractive benefits for the householder and food service providers. Its high appeal and high profit as a center-of-the-plate item. Menu versatility, as tilapia works well with many different flavor profiles. The fact that it is low in calorie and fat for healthy menu applications. It is free of saturated fats, high in omega-3 fatty acids, a good source of protein for weight management, a natural fish which originated in Africa.
You can have tilapia taste whatever way you want it to taste. If we get more Jamaicans supporting this and buying product Jamaica, because that's really what it is, because it's grown and produced here, it can do wonders for the economy.
And while the appetite for tilapia is big at home, this versatile product is increasing in popularity in North America and Europe, providing lucrative export potential.
Coming out of COVID, it was not easy, but we were able to produce and surpass expectations.
This is your special invitation to the Ministry of Culture, Gender, Entertainment and Sport with an all-access pass to the major accomplishments of 2022. Save the date, January 13, 2023, inside your favorite Jamaica Magazine.
This is where our journey ends, but only for today. Join us again tomorrow when we bring you another informative program. In the meantime, stay connected via our website, jis.gov.jm. And while you're online, send your feedback to Jamaica Magazine at jis.gov.jm. On behalf of the production crew, I'm Theodore Henry. Take care.
This has been a production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.